You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report, episode number 220.1, our daily update on high school, college, and professional sports news in Central Indiana, with a little bit of major national sports news, anything that may be of interest to Central Indiana sports fans.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengelt.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you've chosen to listen to the Central Indiana Sports Report. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. Today is March 30th, 2025. It's a Sunday, so it's another day for the Central Indiana Sports Report. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt, and I love Central Indiana sports, coming to you today from Stage 22 in beautiful Elwood, Indiana. Producer Susie is in the control room at headquarters in beautiful Jeffersonville, Indiana, home of the 2025 state champion Jeffersonville Red Devils. Susie, I'm in Elwood and you're in Jeffersonville. What are things like in Jeffersonville after the Red Devils won the state championship last night?
Oh, it is pure pandemonium here. We celebrating a state championship. Haven't won since 1993. It's a big win for Jeffersonville, and the city is definitely proud.
The sirens keeping you up all night?
Yeah, after a point, you get used to it. But we've been hearing things this morning, and living close to the school, you hear people honking as they go by and that sort of thing. It's good. It's a good weekend.
For those of you who don't know, I'm the former sports editor at the Jeffersonville Evening News for a long time, and it's a big deal in that town. We will have all the results from the state finals coming up. We have lots of basketball, in fact, high school, college, and pro. And we have state indoor track and field championships that were held Saturday in Indianapolis. But first, I'm going to ask you to please go to our YouTube page and subscribe there. Just search Central Indiana Sports Report. It's easy to find, even if you're already subscribed at SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon, or Apple. Please go on over to YouTube and subscribe. Like Susie said, Jeffersonville pulled off an upset of number one, unbeaten, and defending state champion Fishers to win its first state championship in 30 years Saturday night. Trey Singleton dominated the game, especially down the stretch of the fourth quarter and overtime, and finished with 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, including the go-ahead basket when he was double-teamed and found Elijah Cheek for the game-winning layup in overtime. Jason Gardner Jr. and Justin Kirby scored 15 points apiece to lead Fishers. The Tigers, of course, are the reigning state champions and are the early favorites in 26 and 27 to be state champions, so don't feel too bad for Fishers. The other three champions Saturday, Orleans, Manchester, and South Bend St. Joe, all won their first ever state championship Saturday, and all 4 games were fantastic. We had a full report with Grant Schaus on all 4 games that we released early Sunday morning, and we'll be talking about it throughout the week. Go check those out. He was there for all 4 games, and they were all great. None of them were decided until the final minute of the game. Orleans beat Clinton Prairie 64-55 for the Class A championship. I would guess that was the day's blowout, but it was just 53-50 with under 3 minutes left before the Bulldogs closed on an 11-5 run. Alex DeWitt scored 24 points, Bryce Jones 17, and Rylan Crocker 16 for Tom Bradley's Bulldogs. Jake McGraw had 23 points for Clinton Prairie, which easily had its best season in program history. Manchester pulled away to beat University 59-54 for the 2A state championship. The Squires trailed 51-50 with 1:44 left before Gavin Benton scored the go-ahead basket with 1:25 remaining. Then Ethan Hendricks made 5 free throws to seal the state championship. In their final games as Squires, Benton and Hendricks scored 21 points apiece. Benton also had 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals for the 26-2 Squires, who outscored University 30-10 in the paint. Blake Gray led the Blazers with 20 points, and Max McCombs had 16 in the loss. In another wild win, South Bend St. Joseph won its first state championship, taking down Crispus Attucks 56-52 for the 3A crown. Elijah King and Nick Shrewsbury scored 16 points apiece, and Chase Konechny had 10 points and 11 rebounds, including the go-ahead putback dunk with 53 seconds left. It was some kind of play. Desmond Briscoe, who had committed to Iowa but reopened his recruiting after Fran McCaffrey left for Penn, scored 17 points and 11 rebounds in his final game for Attucks. He will, of course, be an Indiana All-Star. Staying with basketball, we go to the NCAA tournament. Top seeds Florida and Duke are in the Final Four after the Gators came from behind to beat Texas Tech 84-79 in San Francisco, behind an incredible performance from Walter Clayton Jr., who was crazy good in the game and especially down the stretch. And Duke dominated Alabama 85-65, behind 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals from freshman Con Knipple. 2 more teams will join Florida and Duke in San Antonio next week. Those will be decided Sunday in Indianapolis and Atlanta. First, Houston will take on Tennessee at Lucas Oil Stadium at 2:20. Then it's Auburn against Michigan State for the regional championship in Atlanta at 5:05. Both games are on CBS. On the women's side, Texas, TCU, UConn, and Jujuless USC all advanced to the Elite Eight Saturday. Paige Bucher scored 40 points in UConn's 82-59 win over Oklahoma. Texas pulled away to beat Tennessee 67-59. USC won their second straight game without the nation's top player, 67-61 over Kansas State. And TCU eliminated the final team from Indiana, Notre Dame, 71-62. The first 2 spots in the Final Four in Tampa are up for grabs Sunday in Birmingham and Spokane. Duke faces South Carolina at 1 from Birmingham, and it's UCLA and LSU at 3 in Spokane. Both games are on ABC. We will preview the Final Four later this week with Michelle Garman and Josh Sigler. Look for that one. Also, forgot to mention that Grant Schaus and I will be talking about the NCAA tournament. We'll have a recap of the Elite Eight round and a preview of the Final Four coming up this week. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single segment. I promise we'll get to some high school indoor track and field, but we stay with basketball, and the Pacers found out why the Oklahoma City Thunder may be the best basketball team on earth. Saturday night, playing without 2 of its top players, the Thunder rolled the Pacers 132-111, and it wasn't even that close. MVP candidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander finished with 32 points. The Thunder had 41 points off their bench, despite playing without Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams. The Pacers shot 45% from the field and made just 14 of 42 three-point attempts. Tyrese Halliburton led the Pacers with 18 points, but he had just 3 assists. Andrew Nembhard had 16 points and led Indiana with 7 assists. The Pacers did get 48 points from their bench. Those were probably the league's 2 deepest teams. The Pacers are now 43-31 and have 3 straight games at home coming up against teams with losing records. The Kings Monday, the Hornets Wednesday, and the Jazz Friday, before going to Denver next Sunday to face one of the other league's best teams. Pendleton Heights senior Ava Jarrell won the 3,200-meter indoor state championship Saturday at the Fall Creek Pavilion in Indianapolis. The defending outdoor 3,200 champion will go for a repeat as the spring season gets underway in full coming up starting this week. Jarrell won the 3,200 in 10:28:11, 5 seconds ahead of Carmel runner-up Annabelle Pollard. Carmel won the big school division for the girls' state championship, easily beating runner-up Hamilton Southeastern and third place Bloomington South. We had lots of all-state performances in the small school division locally, and a big day for the Hamilton Heights Huskies. Their 4x200-meter relay team of Nora Ryder, Lizzie Smith, Gracie Barton, and Waverly Woliver was second in the state to Chittard, and the same duo finished ninth in the 4x400 relay. And the Huskies distance medley relay team of Amira Lear, Hattie Graham, Kendall Moe, and Allie Bushy finished eighth. Wolliver was eighth in the high jump, and Bushy was ninth in the 3200. For Hamilton Heights, which finished ninth as a team, Chittard swept the boys and girls small state championships. Western's Elise Walden finished second to Whitco's Gwen Howard in the shot put, and Eastbrook's Mia Bustos was third. Delta Junior Jillian Barnes finished third in the state in the long jump and fourth in the 60 hurdles. In the boys' small school division, Tipton's Caleb Farr was the runner-up in the pole vault. He cleared 15 feet. Henryville's Landon Dobbs was the state champion by clearing 15.6. Madison Grant's William Ewers was sixth. Western's Mylan Bennett was seventh, and Oak Hill's Kyle Brower was eighth in the pole vault. Looks like it's going to be a great year locally for boys pole vaulting. Delta senior Marcus Bright was third in the 60 hurdles. Oak Hill's Jalen Scott was fifth in the 60-yard sprint. And Delta's 4x200-yard relay team of Carter Jackson, Cameron Wilson, Gray Backus, and Bright finished third. Also, Madison Grant's Rosin White finished sixth in the shot put. Bloomington North won the boys' team state championship, edging Avon for the title. I'll get you all of this weekend's local college baseball and softball on Monday's daily report. That'll be at 1, like it is every day, assuming things go to plan. Not a very busy Sunday locally. Both NCAA tournaments resume, of course. The Reds finished their series with the Giants at 1:40. The Cubs close out their series in Arizona at 4. In college baseball, 14th ranked UCLA is at 20-6 Purdue at noon after the Bruins took a couple of really close ones in the first two games. And Purdue softball is at Nebraska at 6. And now you know everything we know about Central Indiana sports. See you back here at 1 o'clock Monday for more Central Indiana sports news. Thank you so much for listening. If you're interested in seeing us continue to grow and thrive, please share these episodes of the Central Indiana Sports Report with your friends and family. Thank you in advance. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.